Yo, what's up? Now, so that game last night was crazy. I mean, the Dodgers in Boston. Now, I don't have a particular rooting interest. I'm a Yankee fan. I guess if I was going for anybody, it'd be the Dodgers because I always liked them out in LA. But anyway, that game was crazy because I was like, I couldn't even stay up. I was like, yo, I got to call it a night, 13, 14 innings. I'm like, yo, when I kind of found out that game, Max Muncy hit that homer in the 18th inning, I was like, man, that was surreal. Well, many deja vu to 30 years ago with Kirk Gibson, but that was a whole different set. But this was something else. They needed that game. The crazy thing is that both teams, I want to say it was the 13th inning when they both scored their runs. Boston got the run. It was all infield hits and some of the most suspect things that you've ever seen as far as the way that whole thing went down. So I was like, wow. And I was like, it's like Boston getting ready to win. Man. But Dodgers came back, got that game last night, so it should be interesting. No matter what happens, that's the longest ever World Series game ever, and that was crazy last night. Um, baseball. One of the things is that not being in prime time or the timing is always, but this is actually a compelling series if you was the people who care. I mean, you got two historical franchises. Everything is saying Boston should win. They should be the favorite. But the Dodgers last night, Dave Roberts been trying to pull one over on you know, on Cora, the whole thing against Boston's manager, been trying to pull one over, and they may have gotten one. If they're able to tie the series up or force it to go 6 or 7, that's even if they win or regardless win or lose, that's a win because they were looking dead in the water there for a minute. And Boston has been like a heavyweight champion, been pumping shots and hitting them, but the Dodgers were kind of like just missing because uh, it just didn't look good. So that was a big time win. That was one of the most craziest baseball games I've ever seen, regular season or anything. But it's only makes sense that it's the World Series, and I think there's going to be a lot more game left in that series. I really do. The Dodgers have been like a fighting team, and they really buckled down. I mean, aside really, you know, just a couple little mid mistakes. Really, they really played really well for themselves last night. And the key is for them to get ahead of Boston because Boston puts that lock on you if they get ahead of you. So, um, that was big that they were able to pull it out. That showed a lot of heart last night, and that was compelling. So we'll see what happens from here. But that was that was a wild game in LA last night for a World Series game. I'd never seen anything like that. No, so that's my take on the Dodgers and the Red Sox. Game 3 out in LA. They went on for 18 innings, broke the Major League record for the longest World Series game ever, and it ends in a thriller, way past early in the morning in Dodger Stadium. All right, so feel free to hit them comments, hit that subscribe button. Peace.